Hey y'all, Josh Bramer here with Old Fashioned Lumber. Thanks for watching this video. I just wanted to go over a couple uh, details in our lumber to help you better understand it. We're going to go over a little bit about the variation between the colors that we do offer, and also how to stagger your width. Kind of help you better understand, why we do a mixed width versus just all of the same size. So I'm going to start here with this beautiful weathered brown that we offer. Here's a few different widths mixed together. This is a 6. This is a 4. This is another 4, and I think I got a 7 right here. So just a few things off the bat. First of all, you can see how beautiful that is. And second of all, you can see what I went over in that first video, really a better shot of that glue line edge and how tight that is. We give you guys the best quality product that we possibly can. Our stuff isn't cut on a table saw. We have a machine, a 4-head planer molder that cuts this stuff. It's really precise, accurate milling, just to make sure we have the best quality. It's number one, quality and customer satisfaction are two top things. But this all came from the same barn, and you can see the different tones between these boards. This is why you get so much character out of this particular selection, and why it is our most popular mix alone, or you can mix it with another color that we do offer. So here is it mixed with our Ancient Gray. So you can see really pops when you throw in another color like that. I mean, and even if you used a Charlie Brown, you can see how good that looks too. But it's just beautiful. Again, tight edges. Everything fits nice and snug like it should, and it's just a premier product. This isn't raw material. I've gone over that. I don't want to beat a dead horse here. But here is the variation between our Ancient Gray. So even this, something as simple as a gray barn depends on what side of the barn. All this stuff, it depends on what side of the barn it came from and the life that it lived, meaning the amount of weathering it saw, the amount of sun or lack of sun. This stuff typically has a lot of shrubbery growing around the barn. It's kind of what gives it the weathered brown, this unique look. This barn was never painted, at least not within 75 years, and it didn't have any trees adjacent to it. I mean, it saw direct sunlight. More than likely, it had a good overhang on the barn so that the rainwater from the roof didn't just destroy this color here. And this is one of the hardest ones to find along with this, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's truly a classic, timeless look. People have been this is what kind of got reclaimed lumber big, was this gray material. But you can see here, light silver, more of a ashy gray. Here it's a little bit lighter with some nice grooves in there, and then this is getting into a darker charcoal almost. So you're still going to get a good variation. This board was definitely from a different barn. It's a hardwood, but we mix material together. We try to give you the best combination. But again, with those staggered widths, so what you do is you lay a row of 7, and then you lay your row of 4, and then you lay your row of 5, and then you start over. Here I have another 4, but you're not going to run out of one or the other. If you order 100 square feet, we're going to send you probably about, in actuality, 35 square feet of each width, 35.7, 35.4, 35.5. So that way, you don't get to the end and you're like, oh man, I ran out of 5-inch boards. What do I do now? You don't have to worry about, running out of something. we make sure that you have enough to finish your project. And we usually throw in no, I shouldn't say this, but we usually throw in an extra 2 or 3 boards, so you know, even on your smaller orders, you're going to end up with an extra 7 to 10 square feet. Now, if you're ordering 1,000 square feet plus, you're probably going to end up with an extra 40 square feet. We just want to make sure that if you do mess up on a few cuts, we're not having to ship you out material and, you know, slowing your project down and costing you more money. So just an extra step we take to keep customers happy. Here is our, oh, before I get too far, this is what happens when you cut it on a table saw. So, you know, you'll find some people out there selling barnwood, and they have a planer they bought from Home Depot, and they planed it, and then they ripped it on their saw. It's straight, but it's not a perfect edge. Your table saw blade walks just slightly. And if you're going to paint your wall black, that might not matter to you. You might actually prefer it. But for what we're doing here, ours is seamless. So you're not going to have to deal with any of that. These would be a Charlie Brown. That material there. So here's another good Charlie Brown. I got a knot here. You can see this is a classic look as well. This material comes from the inside of the barn. Never saw any sun, never saw any weather, no rain. All of this material originally looked like this. And then years of weather and rain turned it into that. This is beautiful, still has the saw marks on it. Really pretty stuff. Here's some chocolate brown. It also comes from the inside of the barn. It's actually usually the back side of this weathered. So one side looks like this, one side looks like that. And we just pick a side and, you know, this side we planed that weathered off to give you that chocolate brown. That's really pretty as well. But I hope, you know, I kind of explained some things to you today. I did just want to show you really quickly what happens to this brown if you use a sealer. I'm going to use water for this demonstration. I call it a wet look. Same look you're going to get with polyurethane, almost identically. When that polyurethane starts to soak in to that wood, it really gives it a beautiful shine, brings out all those circle saw marks. Great for furniture, great for backsplashes, any accent piece really. And that's our ancient gray. I wouldn't recommend using your hand to rub that any boards like that. My hands are like leather, so it doesn't really matter to me, but you will get splinters.